Hi and welcome back to Run the Robsons. I'm just down here at the storage yard checking on the caravan, making sure it's okay, because as you know we've had atrocious weather recently. We're not actually away in our caravan until the new year, and that's because the weather has been dreadful, and obviously we've got a lot on as we get near Christmas for the three girls. While I was here checking the van, I thought wouldn't it be useful to do a little video about some of the things that we find quite useful during winter caravanning, and things that you might want to consider even buying for your relatives or for yourself as it comes up to Christmas time. We are going to put some links below. I am going to say that obviously if you click on those links we do get a small percentage, but really the purpose of the video is just to show you some useful products that we have and we've bought and we paid for ourselves, so they're not actually free from the companies. We're not reviewing them on behalf of the companies, we actually paid for them. And we're just going to give you show them products and say what we like about each of the products and why they're used for winter caravanning, but can also be used all year round. So first thing is the Chilli Mug I've got in my hand. It's really good for a few things. It is like an insulated mug, a little bit like a thermos. It doesn't last quite as long as having a big thermos flask, but it does last, I'd say, a good hour before it's getting too cold, depending on where you like the temperature of your tea. We use it for a few things. One, we use it when we're going towing and taking the caravan, so we'll put it in the car so that at least I can have a warm cup of tea on the way down, and Lucy can as well. This is Lucy's design here, slightly more patterned design, and you can get it in a few different colours. Mine's just the matte blue colour. We also use it when we're out and about, just when we're going to go to the park with the girls, and if you want a nice warm cup so that by the time you get up to the park at least it's still warm, this also does a really good job for that. We also use it like I am today, where you come down to the storage yard, but you know the van's going to be freezing like it is now because it's absolutely freezing inside the van. There's no heating on, so it keeps the cup of tea or cup of coffee warm, so we can just have a brew while we're here. I'll put a link down below to our Amazon affiliate link. You can buy it directly from Chilli, the company themselves. To be fair, they're not cheap, but they do a good job, and they have been really useful, and we've had these for about a good year and a bit. And apart from the odd mark where we've dropped it, it's done exactly what I want to do. The matte blue or the kind of plain colour ones, I think on the links we've got, are £20 a piece, while the more fancy ones, like Lisa's got, they're about £23. You can buy a smaller version of these and you can buy a larger version, but we've got the medium version, which is pretty much a standard medium-sized mug of tea or coffee. So the first product is the Chilli Mug, and it keeps your tea nice and warm for a variety of reasons: in the car, when you're in the van and you come to the storage yard, when you're going out and about just on the site but you want a warm cuppa as you go around. The second thing we've got here is a head torch, and this is quite useful. I'm not going to put it on because I do look a bit odd if I'm honest. This is quite useful, and we used it the other week we were into the CL, because it's just useful to have on your head so that you can go and look in the lockers or get things sorted out in services. At the moment, if we leave the house, we're leaving about 3 o'clock at the very earliest, more like 4 o'clock. By the time we get the pitch, it's after 5 and it's absolutely pitch black. So this is really useful for me because I can put it onto my head and I can wear it to see what's inside the lockers, and I can wander around. You might say, well, you could just use your phone, and that is true. You could use the torch on your phone. The reason that I prefer this over this is because I've got two hands free, so if you need that extra hand when you're opening hatches on the outside of the van, or you try to plug things in and stuff like that, it makes life a little bit easier. This one was a Christmas present a couple of years ago. I actually used it for running as well. It's got a couple of options. You can put it on just kind of full, just turn it away from there, and you can also put it on this one that's got like a Wi-Fi button on the top. So two different flashing modes there. Wi-Fi model in the top, which you can kind of put your hand on and then hand off to get the light on and off. This one here, I've put a link down below. I think it's about just over £6. I think you can buy a variety. I'll put a couple of different links and you can have a look. So quite a cheap thing to buy for somebody who's a caravanner or camper, and they can still see as they're going round and try not to hit themselves on the tow bar of the car or on the front hitch when it's a bit darker. So a really useful device and quite reasonable, I think, for £6. It also plugs in with a USB cable, so it's easy to charge in the van if you've got an adapter or USB sockets, or nice and easy to charge at home. So you'd have to buy separate batteries for that. So second thing is a head torch, which we found really useful, and I found really useful for setting up the van and going outside when it's a bit dark, or if you fancy it, going for a walk in the dark, or if you want to go running or jogging, that I've done also with this, just in the winter months when it is a lot darker. The third thing we have is a cup that can collapse. Now this is nowhere near as good as the Chilli Mug in terms of keeping things warm, but it is reasonably compact. We also want to think about the environment, so we don't want to be getting lots of one-use cups. So we've got these here. I think these range depending where you get them from. On Amazon at the moment they're about £8 for the branded one. I think you can get the cheaper ones for about £4.99. I'll put a link for both of them. Again, like I'm saying, they are affiliate links. We do get a few pennies, but it's here because we think they're useful products. So it's kind of compressed at the moment. All you need to do to get the cup out is take the holder which goes on the middle to stop your hand getting burnt, take the lid off, and then you can just push it until it's approximately the right size, like so. Put the protector on the bottom. So put the protector on, put the lid back on, then you've got a nice reusable cup which does keep your drink warm, but as I said, not quite as good as the chili, and it has a little flap you can actually put over the top of the hole. So that's our third product. So hopefully that's been useful for you. Please, if you would like to consider buying them, please click on the link below. As I said, you don't pay any more for the product than you would normally, and we get a few pennies towards the bank balance and towards paying Santa towards all the things he's going to bring for our 3 children. So I hope that's useful. We've got the Chilli Mug, which keeps your drinks really warm for a long period of time. The Collapsible Mug, which is good because it collapses and it can be reused quite easily and takes up a lot less space than the Chilli Mug. And then thirdly, the head torch. You can see in those lockers and see when you're going around the outside of the caravan. So please give us a thumbs up for our video. Please put a comment below. Are there any other useful products that you've bought that you use for winter caravan that you might not use at other points of the year? And please subscribe to our channel if you don't already. Bye for now.